Hi.
Hi.
My name is Dovy Ehrenreich. I'm going to be singing a song by James Blake. It's called A Case of You. It's originally by Joni Mitchell. If you can't see me, I swear I'm still here. But yeah, okay. Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, cost me in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be at the bar. On the back of a cartoon coaster, in the blue TV screen light, I drew a map of Canada, oh Canada, with your face sketched on it twice. You're in my blood, you're my holy wine. You taste so bitter and so sweet. And I drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. Oh, I would still be on my feet. Oh, I am alone.
Hello. Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Come on down. I hear you feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax. I need some information first. Just the basic facts.
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all, till there was you. And there was music.
It's not like that. You can't call me out and then make amends. It's not enough, understand. You can't take my dream and just bring 'em back. Baby, you're my alibi. Hold back and leave me tonight. Baby, you're my alibi. Hold back, leave me dry. It's not enough, not like that. You can't call me out and then make amends. It's not enough, understand.
Soll sein, als ich boi in der Luft meine Schlösser. Soll sein, als mein Gott ist im Ganzen nicht da. In Träum ist mir heller, in Träum ist mir besser, in Cholm der Himmel ist bläuer von blau. In Träum ist mir heller, in Träum ist mir besser, in Cholm der Himmel ist bläuer von blau.
Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light and this whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you did to me. Va me bis du Shane, please explain. It means you're the fairy.
The next song we'd like to sing.
I could...
It's called All Days Night. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been looking like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I've been sleeping like a log. But when I get home with you, I find the things that you do make me feel alright. Oh, I work all day to get you really to buy a thing.
With her, I might get fired, but that's alright. I'm doing what she likes. She likes it when I bring home fresh fajitas and mix up a pitcher of margaritas. Catch a kind of buzz that lasts all night. Doing what she likes. She likes hearing how good she looks in them blue jeans. Little kisses, sweeter than sweet tea. Things are whispered in her.
She wore blue velvet. Bluer than velvet was the night. Softer than satin was light from the stars.
Oh, buttermilk sky, keeping my eye peeled on you. What's the good word tonight? Are you gonna be mellow tonight? Oh, buttermilk sky, can't you see my little donkey and me? We're as happy as a Christmas tree, heading for the one I love. I'm gonna pop her the question, that question. Do you, darling, do you do? It'll be easy, so easy, if I can only bank on you, old buttermilk sky.
Seems like old times having you to walk with. Seems like old times having you to walk with, and it's still a thrill.
You got to see Mama every night, or you can't see Mama at all. You got to kiss Mama, treat her right, or she won't be home when you call. And if you want my company, you can 50-50 me. You got to see Mama every night, or you can't see Mama at all. Monday night I sat alone.
And I hear your answering echo so deep. Then I will know.
for me, for I shall return. My love for you will forever burn. Though we must part,
A far l'amore comincia tu. A far l'amore comincia tu. Se lui ti porta su un letto vuoto, il vuoto daglielo indietro a lui. Fagli vedere che non è un gioco, fagli capire quello che vuoi. A far l'amore comincia tu. A far l'amore comincia tu.
Your feet in your absence, I changed my mind, and someone else is sitting in your seat. I know that I said there'd be no one else. I know that I said I'd be true.
万里中疼爱，坏在我从不相信假象，值得被青睐，坏在好期待，永远能坏的自在。感谢那么多好人，笑我骂我念我坏坏坏坏到没人来跟自来。我是你不到的痛泪人。
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Then we wouldn't have to wait so long. And wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong? No, it's gonna make it that much better when we can say goodnight and stay together. Wouldn't it be nice if we could wake up in the morning when the day is blue? Happy, happy, spend the day together, hold each other close the whole night through. Happy times together we can spend it. I wish that every kiss was made.
All right. Well, that was another quite extensive medley for a kind of soggy Tuesday night here in New York City, and plenty of up and down some of the East Coast if you're there or wherever you may be. Stay home if you're in New York because it's pretty wet out there. And my guest tonight is calling in, and I'm glad he's calling in. I'm not really glad because I would have loved to have him in person, but that will happen another night. And he's calling in from upstate New York, Dovy Ehrenreich. Hi, Dovy.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm glad you're in the comforts of your own home.
Yes, me too.
And Dovy is an up-and-coming, young, wonderful, rising singer-songwriter. By the way, Jade Zabrich is my engineer and another wonderful singer-songwriter. So hi, Jade. Are you? So Jade, Dovy, we got a whole group here. But we'll be talking to Dovy and listening to some of his new music momentarily. But in the meantime, Jade, what's coming up for you? Any dates?
I'm going to be at the pianos on July 27th.
Pianos, July 27th. Okay, check out Jade Zabrich, Zabric. Okay, so that medley was comprised of lots of birthdays based on who was, lots of music based on who was born today, being June 18th, in any kind of genre, as you heard, jazz, country, classical, folk, rock, whatever. And we started out with my theme song, Moonlight in Vermont, which I just love. Moonlight in Vermont, classic standard by Carl Susdorf. Then we also, I sprinkle in a few picks from my guests. So Dovy, Dovy likes certain music and also sings a sort of music. And that was a sort of a blast from the past because that was about 5 years ago, right, Dovy? that you
Yeah.
did the cover of Joni Mitchell's "A Case of You," which is such an unusual pick. That's such a beautiful song. How did you pick that song?
Well, it's funny because it's the version that I played that it's based on is James Blake is a pianist, producer who's been around for a while, and he made a cover of "The Case of You," just piano and vocals. And so it was based mainly off that, and I had heard that song before I even knew the original, Joni Mitchell.
Wow, that's unique.
Yeah.
And then and then did you listen to the Joni Mitchell version?
Yeah, of course.
Kind of had to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty she's pretty amazing, right? She's still going
very
strong.
emotional stuff. Very raw.
I know, it's so incredibly just Joni, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, to continue on the medley, I love that, and if anybody wants to hear that on YouTube, "Case of You," Dovy, Dovy, Ehrenreich, Ehrenreich.
That's right.
Okay, so then we heard Pink Floyd's David Gilmour with "Comfortably Numb," and that is because some of David Gilmour's guitars are being auctioned off on June 20th, I think at Sotheby's or Christie's. You'll hear it in my limerick, but that was an event associated with this week. Then we heard Sue Rainey, beautiful singer, born June 18th, 1940, with Meredith Willson's "Till There Was You." Songs, and that was from her album "Songs for a Rainy," R-A-N-E-Y, day, so it's very apropos. Then we heard a pick of Dovy's, "You Like Benny Sings," and I'd never heard that artist, and quite intriguing. Love it. And that was Not Enough. Benny Sings, Not Enough.
Yeah.
And then, in terms of just the legacy, the line of the musical genes in the Ehrenreich family runs pretty fast and furious. So your father is Jake Ehrenreich, and he's an amazing singer in his own right, and he's been a guest on the show, and he's got plug here for Jake's show. He's on Jewish Broadcasting, JBS, and he's got the Jake Ehrenreich show, and that's an amazing show if you want to tune in, jbstv.org. And that was from Jake's CD based on Yiddish songs, and that was a tribute to your grandfather, right, Dovy? Jake's father, Avram Jonah Ehrenreich, and that was Zol Zayin by I. Papernikov. Translation loosely is that life is a sacred journey to be cherished. That is a gorgeous CD. The CD is called
Yiddish Unplugged.
I'm sorry?
Yiddish Unplugged.
Thank you. Too many things going through my mind right now, but that is a gorgeous, gorgeous CD. And wonderful, wonderful singer, Jake Ehrenreich, your father. And you definitely have the genes there. Then we had Sammy Cahn, the great Sammy Cahn, born June 18th, 1913. He collaborated a lot with Saul Chaplin, and they adapted by Mir Bist du Shane for the then unknown Andrews Sisters in 1937, and that was Mir Bist du Shane, a great, great, huge hit with that song. And Cahn and Chaplin were on their way. Then we heard the great Paul McCartney from the Beatles, born June 18th today, 1942. So that makes him 77? No. Is that right? Yeah, I guess I'm doing my math. 1942. He's 77. I can't believe that. Yeah. I just remember him on the Ed Sullivan Show. Hard Day's Night, of course. Then we heard country western singer Blake Shelton, born June 18th, 1976, with Doing What She Likes. And then we had a little bit of the David Lynch film Blue Velvet. Isabella Rossellini, who starred in that Blue Velvet film, born June 18th, 1952. So that was the Bobby Vinton version of Blue Velvet. Then the American band leader Kay Kaiser, born June 18th, 1906, with Old Buttermilk Sky, a Hoagie Carmichael tune. I love doing these medleys because I learned so much. I learned about Benny Sings. I learned about Kay Kaiser. I learned about lots of stuff. Old Buttermilk Sky I'd never heard. And then Carol Kane, great actress, born in 1952, June 18th, and she played Alison Portchik in Annie Hall. So that was Diane Keaton singing Seems Like Old Times from Annie Hall. Very few people know that Diane Keaton sang a couple of songs in Annie Hall. Then we had American songwriter Con Conrad, born June 18th, 1891, with Peggy Lee was the singer, You've Got to See Mama Every Night. And then the famous Jeanette MacDonald, the duo When I'm Calling You with Nelson Eddy, born June 18th, 1903. And then we heard the theme song from The Defenders, famous 1960s TV show. E.G. Marshall starred in that, and E.G. Marshall was born June 18th, 1910. Followed by Ray McKinley, American orchestra leader. A lot of band leaders tonight, born June 18th, 1910. Ray McKinley with the Vincent Youmans song, Without a Song. Then American screenwriter Bob Carroll, who helped write I Love Lucy. That was the theme song from I Love Lucy. He was born, Bob Carroll, born June 18th, 1918. Amazing. Tommy Hunt, American singer from the Flamingos with Lovers Never Say Goodbye. Tommy Hunt, born June 18th, 1933. Then an Italian singer who I just learned about. I love her. Raffaella Cara, born June 18th, 1943 with A Far l'Amore. Alison Moyet, known as Genevieve, born June 18th, 1961. All Cried Out. Ella Chen, member of the Taiwanese girl group She, with Bad Girl. She was born June 18th, 1981. And finally, Brian Wilson, born June 20th, but it's a few days away, but almost the same date as Paul McCartney, 1942, same year. June 20th, that was Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys, Wouldn't It Be Nice? So that was a kind of a interesting, eclectic medley there. Let's see, any other birthdays today? We had Roger Ebert, born today, the film critic Roger Ebert, and I mentioned E.G. Marshall from The Defenders and 12 Angry Men, and Henry Clay Folger, the American CEO of Standard Oil and founder of the Folger Shakespeare Library, born in 1857 on today's date. Okay, now just a couple of other fun things, and then we'll talk to Dovy Ehrenreich. So June 18th in history, in 1178, 5 Canterbury monks reported something exploding on the moon shortly after sunset. 1178. How did we find out all this stuff? In 1682, June 18th, William Penn founded Philadelphia. In 1873, June 18th, suffragette Susan B. Anthony was fined $100 for voting for the U.S. president. In 1892, June 18th, macadamia nuts were first planted in Hawaii. Love those macadamia nuts, especially because they have my name in it, Mia, macadamia. They were named for Oh, in 1898, the first amusement pier opened in Atlantic City, New Jersey. In 1928, American aviator Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean, landing in Wales. In 1948, the American Library Association, and I have a library degree, so I'm pretty proud of that. June 18th, 1948, the ALA, the American Library Association, adopted the Library Bill of Rights. And in 1983, 7th Shuttle Mission Challenger 2 launched Sally Ride as the first U.S. woman in space. June 18th, big day. June 18th holidays, it's Autistic Pride Day. It's Go Fishing Day. It's International Panic Day. Let's try not to panic. It's International Sushi Day. It's International Picnic Day. Do you like sushi, Dovy?
I do. We're a big sushi family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of like Chinese food on Christmas Day for the Jews. Like sushi.
Yeah.
It's International Picnic Day. It's National Cherry Tart Day. And it's National Splurge Day. So we can splurge today on whatever it is that fills your soul. Okay. Well, we're splurging on Dovy Ehrenreich music today. So now with our Mia's weekly rhyming wrap-up of the news. Here we go. A dramatic life since her teens, Gloria Vanderbilt means a master of styling, a painter beguiling, the queen of 80s jeans. Joie de vivre was her theme. Fashion was her dream. Vivid alive at 95, she sadly ran out of steam. Bostonians singing the blues, 'cause the Bruins sure did lose. More down than up, no Stanley Cup, but St. Louis made headline news. Singing a grand old tune, like Fly Me to the Moon. Leave it to NASA to show some classa as of this day in June. This is fact, not just folklore. By 2024, you heard it here, let's be perfectly clear, as long as we're keeping score. Men may be from Mars and love their shiny cars, but the first female is planned in a new mission to land and walk on the moon and see stars. A member of Pink Floyd, is filling up a void. He's auctioning a section of his guitar collection. No need for Sigmund Freud. Dave Gilmore wants the batch of guitars to spread goodness, Natch. Through his charity foundation, it's a music sensation. And then I guess I didn't rhyme with batch. His black Strat from '69 is the Fender Stratocaster Divine, creating a buzz mostly because it's aged like fine oaky wine. Jon Stewart, the comic, no prude, is a pretty serious dude, getting political, berating the nitwittical, creating a congressional feud. He shamed those who didn't appear at a hearing for a cause he holds dear, funding the 9/11 bill, keeping goodwill, making victims' compensation clear. Are you going for a suntan as a chosen guest at Cannes? It's the festival of creativity, as huge as the nativity. Guess it steals the lead from Iran. The alcohol-infused fest, it's Cannes Lions undressed. The beach, the yachts, the forget-me-nots, which content stream is best? From Hulu to Netflix streaming, the advertisers are dreaming. What's the next big thing that will say ka-ching? It's marketing and memeing. It's National Splurge Day, so yes, indulge away. Have 2 scoops of gelato. Let loose, my motto. Now where is my Chardonnay? And that's our rhyming wrap-up of the news to add some sparkle and chartreuse into a gray day. And now for our wonderful guest tonight, 21 and going strong, Dovy, 21 years old. You just turned 21, right, Dovy?
I did, yeah, a little over a month ago.
So what did you do to celebrate?
I was home with friends. I had just gotten home from being in Spain for 2 semesters, so I was a little jet lagged. But
Wow. Yeah, so you are attending the Berklee College of Music in Boston. You're studying contemporary writing and production, but you're also, of course, performing. But you took a semester off and went to Spain?
So in the fall, in September, I had signed up to go to Spain with their study abroad program, and that's the only program that they have. But they have a campus there, and it's
Wow.
really amazing. It's in like the center of the city with there's this huge complex called the City of Arts and Sciences, and it's very cool. There's a lot of stuff happening.
And is this where is this in Spain? Valencia or?
Yeah, in Valencia.
Sounds beautiful.
But I went for the fall semester, and while I was there, I actually decided to stay for the next semester also because I liked it there so much.
Oh, man, that must be great. I mean, when I was in school several decades back, they didn't do that as a regular thing.
Yeah.
So this seems to be, somewhat in the last decade or so where lots of college students do study abroad. And that's phenomenal. Did you did you find Spain inspiring for your music writing or?
The music scene there is definitely very, I was not exposed to a lot of that stuff before, and flamenco and
right.
different things.
Yeah.
It definitely influenced me in some way.
Wow. And it's interesting because your father and your grandfather, there's a lot of Jewish culture and arts and music and Yiddish, a lot of Yiddish art and folk songs in your background. Yeah. And did you find any of the Yiddish, what is that called? Ladino, right? Isn't that the Jewish-Spanish tradition?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. I actually don't know much about it, but
something to start researching, right? In your spare time, which you don't have much of, right? But what kind of music did you grow up listening to in your household, up with Jake and Lisa, your parents?
Yeah,
2 fine, wonderful people, Jake and Lisa Ehrenreich. Shout out to them too.
Yes, big shout out.
Did you listen to music growing up?
Floating around from my parents, they would play a lot of R&B and funk and a lot of like kind of classic rock stuff. My mom introduced me to John Mayer. We'd listen to him all the time.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, and he went to Berklee.
He did.
Yeah, he went for like 1 semester and then started touring, and I think it just started there for him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, obviously you grew up in a musical surrounding, and that had to have influenced you. Do you feel like you always wanted to be a musician, or when did you figure that out? Because it sounds like that's where you're heading.
Well, I don't know if I even like considered, like being a musician. That's what I need to do, is really just that I was a musician.
Yeah.
I have been for really just my whole life. So, and it's always been, I would say, my top passion, other than, but yeah, I think I always knew that at the very least it would never really leave, the front of my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you play piano, you're a singer-songwriter, you're learning producing and performing. Is there something that you're more passionate about, like piano versus writing versus producing?
Well, it always changes. I would say currently I'm definitely most interested in producing, and I've been producing my own things as well as things for other artists, and it's really intriguing because you can get your voice across very, very well if you're
the producer.
Really, if you're creating the music yourself. And I've always I guess not necessarily that I found it hard to, but I always felt easier working alone as opposed to with other people.
Yeah.
And it, learning skills to produce myself and engineering stuff and all that is really helping me with being able to, let my voice shine and make exactly what I'm trying to make.
Sure. Well, talking about your voice, I think it's time to hear your voice. So this was this piece, Inside, you just recently released, actually, and it's on all the everything, Spotify, YouTube, and whatever else, social media, what have you. But let's hear, this is called Inside, and this is Dovy, Ehrenreich.
If there was no word for love that told you how I felt, I would make it up for you, for only you to hear. 'Cause there's an easy way to show you that I care. There's an easy way to show you that I care. There's an easy way. There's an easy way. 'Cause all I'd have to say is I just wanna see you inside my life. I just wanna see you inside my life. I just wanna see you inside my life. I just wanna see you inside, Once I thought that it was you, but not so long ago. What is it you put me through that made me change my mind? There's an easy way to show me that you care. There's an easy way to show me that you care. There's an easy way. Oh, there's an easy way. 'Cause all I'd have to say, I just inside of my life. I just wanna see you inside my life. I just wanna see you inside my life. I just wanna see you inside. You know. Hey,
Wow, now we're in the mood here. It's such a perfect night to hear this song, Dovy. It's so lush. It's that's Inside by Dovy Ehrenreich. Is it Ehrenreich or Reich? I never get this right.
Well, as much phlegm as you can possibly put in it.
You're so funny too. You got your family sense of humor too. I love it. So that was Inside, and it's like this lush vocals. And what are those instruments? Electric keys, and I hear horns, I think, and vibes. I don't know what I'm hearing. You tell me.
Yeah, so it's really actually not that much. So I'm playing keys on it, and then my friend Nick Arcari, who goes to Emerson, he is playing the drums,
Okay.
and then my friend James Duncan is on the fretless bass. And then besides that, it's just the horn section. I put together a little quartet while I was in Spain with some of my friends.
Wow.
And then, so my friend Samesh, who mixed and mastered it, he also wrote the horn parts, and then also played there's some piano in there as well.
It's a beautiful song, and your voice is pretty striking there. I mean, it's got little shades of, rhythm and blues singers. It makes me think of course, Stevie Wonder, and a little bit of Luther Vandross there, and of course...
what a compliment.
Yeah, Jordan. Now, some of your influences are Jordan Rekai. Is that how I pronounce his name?
I think I've heard him say Reiki in an interview, but I don't know. Everyone says something else. I'll have to ask him personally, I guess.
We're going to hear a little bit of Jordan Rekai underneath our conversation. I think this is Wildfire, but yeah, I mean, your voice is stunning. You've got that really control of the vibrato, and it's very, very rich and right on tune, obviously. And did you learn? Did you study voice either at Berkeley or somewhere else?
Well, at Berkeley I'm a vocal principal, so I'm studying it. But it's really the first time that I've taken any professional voice lessons. I went to a sleepaway camp called Frenchwoods in Hancock, New York.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. and you know, I did a lot of musical theater there, and also, you know, some just band stuff. But yeah, I haven't really taken voice lessons until now in school.
Wow. I mean, your voice is really overwhelming. It's so lovely to listen to. And
thank you.
Like I said, it's like soulful, lush. Those are words that come to mind. It's a very unique sound. And other influences, I think you said Mac, although you like Mac Ayres as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just got that feel of, you know, a little bit of Earth, Wind, Fire and Peaches and Herb.
Yeah.
You know, some of the throwbacks, but it's very modern and current at the same time. So that's pretty wonderful. Now, how long does it take you to compose a song like that? Does it take months? Does it take minutes? What's the story there?
Well, with this one, there were a lot of different aspects. I had written the song originally, I guess like a year and a half prior to when I like sat down and recorded it with friends. But I mean, it was definitely a long process in terms of from writing it until releasing it.
Yeah.
But I had the song pretty fully written pretty early on in the process. The horns were one of the last things to be added. But yeah, this one, it was a long journey for one song. I mean, I'm very happy how it turned out.
Yeah, where did you record it?
I recorded it at the Berkeley Studios in Valencia. They have incredible studio.
That's fantastic. And
yeah,
and you just recently play live. You've played live. I unfortunately missed it, but in New York City you played with a band, right? Where was that?
The Chelsea Music Hall. Yeah, it was a really great show, and it was the first time I was playing a lot of my own songs with a band.
Wow, how'd it go?
It went incredibly. A lot of my friends came out, and it was a really great night.
Oh, I'm so sorry I missed it. Do you have any gigs coming up or not yet?
Well, so next week I'm actually going to Israel until early August.
What will you be doing? Any music or just having a good time?
Well, I'm staffing on a program that takes high schoolers around the country for about a month and teaches them.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been hoping that I'll be able to do something. I don't know how much time I'll have for music while I'm there, but when I come back in August, I definitely have a couple things lined up. I've got a show in Boston at a friend's house, which will be fun, and maybe something else in New York would be nice.
Yeah. Well, you already have a couple of gigs happening, so I'm sure you'll be able to book some more stuff going on. And since you're a producer, you just produce your own show, and
Right.
There are these house concerts too, right? I mean, I've heard lots about.
Yeah, it's huge in Boston.
Is it? I've heard lots about that. I think that's such a great idea. I mean, how do you hook into those things? Is it just word of mouth or?
Yeah, it's word of mouth and just being friends with people that run them. I mean, it's really just, kids are living in houses. There's an area of Boston called Alston where a lot of the kids live, and I mean, you have a basement and you set up some lights and you charge people $5 and you have a pretty legit show. I mean, they happen all the time. It's really a great scene to start out performing, and also to see new artists.
I mean, it's sort of a theme and variations from the old salons that used to happen in 1700s. Not quite the same, but it's got that ilk. Basement salon, right? What the heck? I mean, it sounds fantastic. What did you think? What do you think? Do you think that the audiences are different in Europe from America, or you haven't really experienced so much of that? Maybe.
I don't know if I could say too much on that. I mean, in Valencia, people were very into music, and I mean, whenever I had played, people were always like dancing and kind of grooving to it. So it doesn't seem like there's much of a difference.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty passionate people, so
Right.
I hope you get out there and are able to perform there more, and that would be kind of wonderful, you know.
Yeah.
And so when you come back, do you go back to Spain or do you go back to Berkeley?
No, I'm going. Yeah,
back to
back
Boston.
to Boston.
Back to Boston. I did not watch that game, I have to say. I didn't want to hex it, but won't go there into the hockey world, right? So do you have anything in your head or heart in terms of what you want to compose next, or do you have any thoughts or ideas yet, or not?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my main kind of thing over the past, I guess it's been a year, has really been focusing on producing. So I've got stuff that I want to release as an EP with this in this year. This year would be great.
Yeah, well, the year's only half over, so you got another 6 months, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm, I guess, like just slightly stressed, about trying to put stuff out. But what I'm realizing is that, like, what's nice about being able to be the writer and the producer and the performer is that it's all on my own time, and I only want to do it if it's bringing me joy and bringing other people joy. So, if I get stuff done and I get to put it out, then I'm very happy with it. And if not, then something else will happen.
Sure. Wait, I just one last question, Dovy, and then we have to close the show. But do you prefer a certain time of day to compose or write, or does it whenever it pops into your head?
No, it's kind of a classic, I guess, like college student. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. is really when my creative juices are flowing. Yeah.
Oh man, well, I totally get it. Totally get it. I just went to my college reunion at Cornell, and all those remembrances and memories of the all-nighters came flooding back. So anyway, Dovy Ehrenreich, it's so lovely to have you calling in to Mia's World.
Yeah,
and City
thank
World
you so
Radio
much
Network.
for having me.
Thank you for your music and for your energy and enthusiasm, and hope to see you again soon. Hope to have you back on the show. And and our best to Jake and Lisa Ehrenreich, and for creating you, and for creating the genes for this great music. And music is the greatest thing ever. And Jade, it's so great to have Jade Zabrich here. I just want to go out in tribute to John Lombardi, who was one of our wonderful DJs who passed away recently, and he loved the oldies and bossa nova and great stuff. So we're going to go out with the Cadillacs and Speedo and get out there in the world and hear some great music. Dovy, great to have you. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Great to be on.
Have a great Tuesday night and stay dry and hear the Cadillacs.
Yeah.
Now they often call me Speedo, but my real name is Mister. Now they often call me Speedo, but my real name is Mister. No, for meeting brand new fellas and taking other folks' girl. Well, now they often call me Speedo, 'cause I don't believe in wasting time. Now they often call me Speedo, 'cause I don't believe in wasting time. Well, I'm known for pretty women, and that caused them to change their mind. Well, now some may call me Joe, some may call me Mo. That's man, my Speedo, he don't never take it slow. Well, now they often call me Speedo, but my real name is Mister. Now they often call me Speedo, but my real name is Mister. Speedo, he don't never take it slow. Well, now they all call me Speedo, but my real name is Mister. Well, now they all call me Speedo, but my real name is Mister. And now they gonna call me Speedo till they call off making pretty girls.
You a drink.
Grandma?
If anyone ever does,